Hello and welcome to this Helidon Release Digest video. We're happy to announce that Helidon 3 has been released, and here are some main highlights of this major release. Helidon 3 requires you to use Java 17 as a minimal version of your JDK. This is an LTS release, and it contains many performance and language features which Helidon 3 relies on. We highly encourage you to move all of your applications to Java 17, but in order to run Helidon 3, a minimal version of Java 17 is required. Next big thing is that Helidon 3 now fully supports MicroProfile 5.0 specification set and partially Jakarta EE 9.1 specification set. That means that if you jump into the code, you will see no more javax imports for MicroProfile and Jakarta specific packages. They are all migrated to Jakarta namespace, and you can use them in your code as previously, but now in Jakarta namespace. Next thing you should care about is the JEP 290 security hardening. JEP 290 provides tools to harden security when deserializing objects in Java serialization. Helidon does not use Java serialization because of security concerns. For additional protection in Helidon 3, any deserialization is disabled by default, but it still can be used but requires additional configuration. Helidon 3 provides completely new routing for Helidon SE. Now it will be much easier to specify different routes for different protocols. For example, we want to specify different routes for HTTP 1 and HTTP 2 protocols. So we just create additional route with helper class for HTTP 1 route specific and HTTP 2 route specific handling. And now if we call, for example, curl with HTTP 1 version, we will get one route. And if we add HTTP 2 option to make it HTTP 2 specific, we will have a different route. It can be also achieved for WebSocket and other protocols. Helidon 3 comes with a completely new option for you to generate your project, and it's called the Project Starter, available on our website. So let's just go to our website, helidon.io, and here you will see a shiny new button called Starter. Here you can generate your Helidon projects. Let's do one together. We want to generate Helidon MP project, and we want to make it custom. As you probably saw, previously we can just generate quick start and database projects, but now we can make completely custom project. Let us see the options that we have. For example, we want to work with JSON, but we want to work with JSON-B in this part. We would want all metrics with MicroProfile, health checks with built-in, and tracing options with Jaeger. We will not need security right now, so we'll just skip this one. And we will not need any false tolerance and course right now, so we'll skip that as well. But we will need Docker support for our GraalVM native image built inside of it. And we will skip the database support right now because for the sake of time. We can also customize the project group ID and artifact ID, but we will keep it simple right now. So we will just click the download and we have a zip file with our project. So we just unzip the file and we run it in our favorite EE. Okay, so here's the project opened. As we see, we have the Docker file, we have the Docker file for native image. So as we select it, if we go to POM file, we will have also the core, the metrics API, the MicroProfile metric, health checks, tracing, Jaeger, and everything. But everything we need for the application, but it will not include things we don't need. So it's extremely simple. Let's jump into the code and we will see a simple greeting resource, which will be a kind of a starting point for us to develop this application. Let's see if it actually runs. So we will use our Helidon dev tool, which will build and run the application and observe the changes. And let's see if we can actually curl our application to see if it responds. Yes, so we can do a simple greeting. We can also check the health status because we included it in our file, and metrics. Great, so it works. So with the starter project, we actually were able to generate the file, to generate the project, and it's completely runnable and can be a good starting point for you. The same can be achieved with our Helidon init application, which was upgraded to include these options as well. So the very same you can do in Project Starter website or using our Helidon tool, which was also highly recommended. As you saw from this presentation, Helidon 3 introduces some breaking changes, mostly because of the Jakartification and new routing in Helidon SE. So that's why we have prepared special migration guides for you. You can find them in our official documentation, so you can easily migrate your Helidon 1 and Helidon 2 application to version 3. You can also check our socials for the news about Helidon 3 release. Mostly are on Twitter and our Medium and our YouTube channel. If you have any questions for migration or for Helidon 3 usage, please go to our Helidon Slack channel and feel free to ask your questions there. They will be answered quite soon. And we want to thank everybody who contributed to Helidon 3 and make this release possible. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you will like Helidon 3 as well. Thank you so much for your attention.